If you're not on site all the time, materials have a funny way of just disappearing or getting wasted. Second, you can easily get taken for a ride. If your contractor says he needs 50 bags of cement, are you going to argue? You'll probably just buy the 50, even if he only needs 40. And finally, the stress of coordination is, wow, it's on another level. Are you ready for a call at 2 in the morning because the sand delivery has arrived? Because that will happen. If you accidentally hire a cheap or dishonest builder, they have a very clear financial incentive to cut corners, to use that lower quality steel or that cheaper cement, all to make their profit margin a little bit bigger. If you're a busy professional, like someone working in IT, or if you live in another city or even abroad, trying to manage a labor contract is, and I'm not exaggerating, a suicide mission. The potential for stress, for things to go wrong, for you to lose money, it's just off the charts. Please, just don't do it. But wait, do you actually have permission from the government to start building?
Sometimes a truce is the most important part of a war. With that philosophy in mind, let's get right into the video.
So you're building a house. It's exciting, but right at the start, you're gonna hit a huge decision. Do you go with a labor contract or a turnkey contract? One promises to save you a ton of cash, and the other promises to, well, save your sanity. The big question is, which one is actually the right move for you? Let's get into it. Look, it really all comes down to this one simple question. What are you willing to trade? Do you want to save your wallet or save yourself from a massive headache? You've probably heard the advice, right? Oh, just buy the materials yourself. You'll save all that money the builder marks up. But is that really how it works? Or is that idea a trap that's going to end up costing you a whole lot more than just money? Okay, so let's just make sure we're on the same page. A labor contract is basically you becoming the project manager. You are responsible for buying everything, and you just pay a contractor for the work. A turnkey contract, on the other hand, is exactly what it sounds like. You agree on a price, you hand over the keys, and the builder handles the whole shebang. Now, I know, construction contracts can sound super complicated and boring. So to make this really simple, let's forget about houses for a second. Let's talk about something way more fun. Planning the food for a massive wedding. Trust me, it's the perfect way to understand this. Okay, check this out. Option A, you decide to handle the food yourself. You go to the market, you buy the best rice, the freshest mutton, you hire a cook, you control everything. The quality is in your hands. But what happens if you run out of something in the middle of the party? Yep. That's your problem. You're the one frantically driving to the shop. Now, option B, you hire a catering service. You pay them a set price for plate, and poof, zero stress. You get to actually enjoy the wedding. The only catch? You have to trust that they're using pure ghee and not cheap dalda. See? One is about control, the other is about convenience. Construction works exactly the same way. All right, let's take that analogy and plug it back into the real world. We're going to start with option A, the you cook method. This is the labor contract, you buy, they build. So what does a labor contract actually look like? Well, a contractor, or a maestri, will give you a rate just for the labor. Let's say it's 250 rupees per square foot. That's it. From their side, that's the deal. But for you, the owner, you now have to source and buy every single thing. Every bag of cement, every steel rod, every single brick. It's all on you. So you might be asking, why on earth would anyone sign up for that? Well, there are a couple of really powerful reasons. Number one is total quality control. When you're the one buying the Tata steel, you know it's Tata steel. There's zero chance of a builder secretly swapping it for some cheaper no-name brand. And number two, honestly, is the personal satisfaction. You get to be involved in every little decision, and there's a real pride in that. But, and this is a huge but, you need to know about the hidden dangers. First, theft and wastage. If you're not on site all the time, materials have a funny way of just disappearing or getting wasted. Second, you can easily get taken for a ride. If your contractor says he needs 50 bags of cement, are you going to argue? You'll probably just buy the 50, even if he only needs 40. And finally, the stress of coordination is, wow, it's on another level. Are you ready for a call at 2 in the morning because the sand delivery has arrived? Because that will happen. And this right here is the absolute core of the risk. When a couple of bags of cement walk off the site, or when workers are careless with a pile of sand, that loss doesn't come out of the contractor's pocket. Nope, it comes directly out of yours. All those savings you were planning on, they can vanish just like that. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the other side of the coin. This is our catering service option. This is the turnkey contract where it's all about one price, one builder, one responsibility. A turnkey contract, which people sometimes call a material contract, is the all-inclusive package. The builder gives you a single comprehensive rate, say 2,000 rupees per square foot. That number covers everything. All the materials, all the labor, from the first shovel in the ground to the final coat of paint. The advantages here are massive, and honestly, they're the reason this is so popular. First and foremost, zero stress. No 2 a.m. phone calls, no chasing vendors. Second, things often get done faster. A good builder has connections, a network. They can get materials delivered quicker and sometimes even cheaper than you can. And maybe the most important thing, accountability. If a wall cracks a year later, you know exactly who to call. There's no one else to blame. Okay, but what's the catch? There's always a catch, right? And this one's a biggie. It all boils down to one word: trust. If you accidentally hire a cheap or dishonest builder, they have a very clear financial incentive to cut corners, to use that lower quality steel or that cheaper cement, all to make their profit margin a little bit bigger. It's the caterer using dalda instead of ghee. So after all that, which one is it? Which contract is better? The truth is, there's no single right answer. The right contract isn't the one that's best. It's the one that's best for you, your lifestyle, and your situation. So let's figure that out right now. You should really only even think about a labor contract if you can honestly say yes to these 3 things. 1, you have a lot of free time. I'm talking retired or you work from home with a super flexible schedule. 2, you live super close to the site, like walking distance. You can pop over multiple times a day. And 3, you have some basic knowledge of building materials. You know the difference between good steel and bad. And let me be perfectly, brutally honest here. If you're a busy professional, like someone working in IT, or if you live in another city or even abroad, trying to manage a labor contract is, and I'm not exaggerating, a suicide mission. The potential for stress, for things to go wrong, for you to lose money, it's just off the charts. Please, just don't do it. Now, a turnkey contract is probably the right move for you if, number 1, your peace of mind is your top priority, if you just want to avoid the stress. Number 2, you want a professional job where it's crystal clear who's responsible for what. And number 3, and this is key, you are willing to put in the work up front to create a rock-solid agreement that lists out every single material brand and specification. So really, it paints a pretty clear picture. We have 2 very different people here. On one side, you've got the retired owner who lives next door, who has the time and the knowledge. For them, yeah, a labor contract can absolutely work and save some money. But for the busy professional, especially one who lives far away, the turnkey contract is, without a doubt, the smarter and safer bet. So, is there a way to get the best of both worlds? Actually, yes. Here's the ideal solution. You go for a turnkey contract to get that amazing peace of mind, but you write a strict transparency policy right into the agreement. This policy forces the builder to get your approval, maybe with photos or a site visit, for all key materials before they are used. That way you get the quality control of a labor contract, but with the stress-free experience of a turnkey project. And that brings us to one last little thought. You've picked your contract, you found a builder you trust, everything's ready to go. But wait, do you actually have permission from the government to start building? For our next explainer, we're going to tackle a really scary question. What actually happens if you build your dream home without the proper approvals? The answer is not pretty. You won't want to miss it. See you then.